Are you excited? Oh, your hands are so cold. I'm so sorry. It's super cold outside. Okay, well, for starters, we can both kneel down right here. So, what makes you want to learn the violin? It looks fun. Yeah, it's very fun. Have you seen anybody play the violin? Yeah, have you seen like Lindsay Sterling play the violin? Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, so the violin is very fun. I've been playing for a pretty long time. I've been playing ever since I was little. So, in fact, this used to be my old violin. The violin you're going to learn on today is the one I used when I was learning the violin. So, it's a pretty good violin. But, were you able to see that video I sent your mom? Yeah? What did you think about those different styles of music that I was playing? I played a few different Christmas songs, huh? What do you remember from the video? That's okay, yeah. There was long, and what other kind of bow was there? Yeah, yeah. So, if you remember, I played, let's see. Let me see if you can tell which kind of bow this is from the last time. Yeah, great job. And what about this? Long, great job. So, the reason why that I sent that video was to kind of do like a preview to what we're going to be talking about today. Because music is everywhere we go, right? When you go to the grocery store, is there music playing? Yeah. What about at school? Do you hear music at school sometimes? Oh, but you hear music at home, don't you? Sometimes. What other place can you think of that you go that you hear music? What about, do you ever, what about, do you go to church? Do you hear music at church? Yeah? So music is everywhere, and music is very powerful. So when I say powerful, I mean that music can help us feel different things. So I'm going to play some songs, and I want you to see if you can tell which kind of feeling they give you. Do they make you happy? Do they make you sad? Is it calm, or is it exciting and intense? Okay? So I'm going to play something. I want you to see if you can guess, or whatever feeling that makes you feel. Okay? No right or wrong answers. Let's see. I'm going to play. What kind of feeling did that make you feel? Sad? How come? So that's one of the things we're going to talk about, is that it is a long, smooth bow. Usually in sad songs, they have long, smooth bows. Or when they're trying to help you feel calm and relaxed, it's long and smooth, right? So if I'm trying to feel calm and smooth, this kind of song isn't going to help me. Right? So that's our short bow. So we have names for these type of bows. So the long bow is called legato. Can you say that with me? Legato. Long bows are legato bows. Short bows are called staccatos. Can you say that with me? Staccato. Yeah. So long bow, legato. Short bow, staccato. Great. What's a long bow? Legato. Good. What's a long bow? Yeah. And what's a short bow? Do you remember? Wow, you have a really good memory. Great job. Okay, so we have legato bows and staccato bows. So I'm gonna keep playing some different songs, and I want you to tell me if it's legato or staccato. Sound good? What do you think that one is? Yeah, great. Let's do this one. Perfect. One more. Let's see. Perfect. Great job, Megan. So these different kinds of bowings, legato and staccato, those are what it's like the back behind the scenes of music, right? We always hear the music and it helps us feel happy or it helps us feel sad or calm and relaxed. But now we know how, through legato and staccato markings. Legato being what? What's legato mean? And what about staccato? Remember? Yeah, short, kind of sticky bows, like that. But to be able to make those, right, we have to learn how to play the violin. So now we get to go to the fun part. Are you excited? Yeah. What do you think would be hard about learning the violin? Do you think it would be hard to learn the fingers on it? Do you think it would be hard to, or do you think it's going to be easy? The fingers, yeah. The fingers are kind of hard. For me, I think that the bow is kind of hard. So we're going to work a lot on the bow today. But first, let's learn a little bit about this violin. So, oops, my papers are falling. So, a violin is very fragile. It's kind of like glass. So we don't want to drop it on any hard surfaces or it could crack. But I totally trust you, so I don't think you're going to drop it at all. So our violin has parts just like our body. So this whole front side of the violin is called the face of the violin. Okay, and the whole back side is called the back. And these two little humps right here are called the shoulders of the violin. So its body parts are kind of out of order. His shoulders are up here and his face is down here and his back is over here. That's okay though. And then this part we call the neck of the violin. So we have our shoulders, the face, the back, and this is our neck. And then this funny swirly thingy is called the scroll. Scroll, kind of like, I remember it as, it looks like a squirrel's tail. Scroll. So let's see. So far, can you remember what this is called? Yeah. Good job. What about this? Yes. Scroll, right. What about this whole back side? Yeah. And what about this side? The face. Perfect. Then this little thing right here, we call it the bridge. We call it the bridge because our strings, they come right over top of it, just like a bridge. And so we have 4 strings on our violin, and all violins have 4 strings. All violins, no matter what, they have 4 strings. And all violins have these F holes, is what they call them, because they kind of look like an F. If you look at it kind of close, it looks like an F. And the reason why we have these F holes here is so that the sound can come out through the violin. So these are our F holes. This black thing right here, we call it our fingerboard, because that's where our fingers are going to go, like that. And let's see what else. These are called tuning pegs, because look, watch what happens when I turn one of these. Oh, let's see, I'll do this one. Changes the sound of it. So it makes the string either tight or loose. So, one thing about a violin, you're going to see other instruments that kind of look like violins. So, have you ever seen the big cellos that they put between their legs and they're really big? That's a cello, and it kind of looks like a violin, but it's a lot bigger, isn't it? Yeah. Also, a violin is the only one that has this really high string right here. It's called an E string. Okay, so let's see. We're going to do another little quiz. Can you remember what this is called?
The bridge.
Yeah, great. And what about these?
F.
Yeah, the F holes. And the sound comes out of those, right? And that's why they're so important. If we didn't have any F holes, our sound wouldn't be very big at all. Let's see, do you remember what this is called?
The neck.
Uh-huh, yeah, great. Remember what that's called?
The scroll.
Yeah, the scroll. And I remember it because it looks like a squirrel's tail. Round and squirrely. Let's see, what about this side?
The back.
Perfect. And what about this side?
The face.
Good job. Do you remember what this tiny string is called?
The E.
Good job. So let's go over what the other strings are called now. So we have G string, D string, A string, and E string. I like to remember it like this because I think it's easier. I think good dogs all eat. Good, because good starts with G. Dogs, because dog starts with D. All for A, and eat for E. Good dogs all eat. Do you have a dog?
He used to.
You used to? Good dogs eat when they're supposed to. Right? So can you say that with me? Good dogs all eat. Good. So what string is that one?
G.
G. Good. Can you think? What one? Uh-huh.
A. And then E.
Perfect. Were you thinking about the good dogs all eat? Good job. See, that's how I always remember it, because it's hard to remember it if you don't have a little trick. Let's see, what else? Oh, do you remember what this black thing is called?
The finger.
Fingerboard. Good job, because that's where our fingers are going to go down. I might have said this, I can't remember if I said this, that they're called tuning pegs, and because they change the sound of our strings. Then that sound is what we call pitch. So these tuning pegs change the pitch of our strings. So let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, this is called our chin rest, because when you put it up here, that's where your chin goes. So that's our chin rest. Let's see, I think that's, oh, this is called a tail piece. I don't know why it's called a tail piece, but it kind of looks like a tail, kind of, don't you think? Okay, so we have, do you remember what these are called?
E. F.
Yes, perfect. What about this?
The bridge.
Good. What's this side?
The back.
Good. What about these?
The shoulders.
Perfect. What about this?
The neck.
Very good. Wow, you have a good memory. What about this?
The tuning pegs.
Tuning pegs. Perfect.
The scroll.
Scroll. Very good. What are the names of our strings?
G, D, A, E.
Good. And what's our little trick to remember that?
Good
dogs all eat. All right. You're so good at this. All right. What about this one?
It's called the tail.
The tail piece. Yep. And what about this?
The chin rest.
Yeah, good job. Awesome. So, a little bit about violins too is that they're very sensitive. They're kind of like babies. You can't leave them in too hot of places. You can't leave them in too cold of places, because what happens is if you leave a violin in like a cold car, how cold it is outside right now, what's going to happen is that the wood is going to crack. Or if it's too hot, it can also crack. So they're kind of sensitive, kind of just like a baby. You can't leave them in places where it's too hot or too cold. Usually, so violins are usually pretty expensive, and usually people don't buy their violins. I bought mine, but it's because I play on it a lot. But usually people rent their violins. You know what it means to rent something? You pay money for it, and then you borrow it, right? And then when you're done, you give it back, right? So let's say you borrow this violin from me. You rent it from me, and you give me money for it, and I'm letting you borrow it. And let's say something happens to it, like it accidentally cracks. What would you do in that situation?
Tell you.
Yeah, that would be that's what we call integrity. Integrity means that you're honest when something happens. Sometimes we might want to say, well, it wasn't my fault. My little sister touched it and she broke it and then it cracked, but it wasn't my fault. But the right thing to do is say, yeah, it broke, and tell the person, right? So that's just something really good to remember every time that we borrow anything, especially instruments, right? Okay, so we have this other part of the violin called the bow. So our bow has a couple parts on it as well. So this very end part of the bow is called the tip, the very tip. This middle part is called the stick. Not very fancy. It's called the stick. And these hairs, do you have any guesses what this hair is made from? Made from an animal.
Horse.
How did you know that? That's awesome. It's made from horsetail hair. So we put something on this. We rub it on it. I'll show you. It's called rosin. And the reason why we put it on there is because it's sticky. And so when we rub it on the hair of our bows, it makes it so that it can be sticky, so that it can grab the string and make a really big sound. Like that. If we didn't have this sticky stuff on it, it wouldn't really make a very big sound. It would go over the strings like this and not make any sound. So we put that on there, but because we put that on there, we don't want to touch the hair with our fingers because our fingers have oil on them. And so if we touch the hair with our fingers, it makes the sticky stuff come off, and so it doesn't work very well. So when we touch our bows, we don't want to touch this part with our fingers. We just want to touch the stick and down here as well. So we have the tip, the stick, the hair, which is made from a horse, and then we have this. It's called the frog. I don't know why it's called the frog, but when I was little learning, I thought it made sense that it was a frog because it kind of looks like a frog's eye right there in the middle. So this is called the frog. So whenever I say, I want you to hold your bow at the frog, that's where you hold it. So do you remember what this is called?
The tip.
Very good.
The stick. The hair. The frog.
Very good, Megan. Okay, so one last thing to know about the bow is this little adjuster down here at the bottom. If I turn him to the left, if I turn him this way, watch what happens to the hair. What's happening?
It's getting looser.
Yeah, look at that. It's super loose. And what happens if I turn him to the right?
It gets tighter.
It gets tighter. So every time before we play, we have to tighten our bow. And to know if it's right, we stick our pinky right in the middle. If our pinky can fit, then that's good. If you can't fit, we need to tighten him a little bit more. See if your pinky fits in there. Good. Is he snug? A little bit? Or was it loose when you put him in?
It's a little loose.
It's a little loose. So maybe we need to loosen him just a little bit. Check now. Good. Yeah, that seems perfect. Try him up here. See how that feels. Yeah, that's better. Great. So that's how we tell whether he's tight enough, is if our pinky finger is a little bit snug in there. Okay? Okay, you know all the parts, almost all the parts of the violin and the bow. I'm going to quiz you one more time. Is that okay? You're smart. You know it. You know all this stuff. Okay, what is this called?
The chin,
Yeah, what about this?
the neck,
The neck. What about this part?
the scroll,
Very good. What are these?
the tuning pick,
Tuning pegs. Very good. What is this called?
the bridge,
Very good. What about these?
the F-holes,
F-holes. And what comes out of the F-holes?
music,
Our sound. Very good. What are these called?
shoulder,
Mm-hmm. What about this?
back,
Yep. And this?
front, face,
Face. Very good. Do you remember what this is called?
the tail,
Wow. You are so good. What about this?
the tip,
Uh-huh. What about this?
the stick,
Good. What about this?
the frog,
What about these?
hair,
And should we touch the hair with our fingers? No. And let's see. Can you remember which way we turn it to go looser?
and left,
Good. And what about tighter?
right.
Very good. I like to remember that lefty loosey, righty tighty. That helps me to remember. Very good, Megan. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to hold it. So let's stand up. Let me stand up. So this violin part, if we put it right on our shoulders right away, it's not going to be very comfortable. So we have this little helper. It's called our shoulder rest. And when we put him on our violin, do you see how one side is bigger than the other one? Yeah, this big side, when I hold my violin out in front of me like this with the back to me, the big side is always going to go on the top of it. And he has these little hooky feet that are going to hook on there and hook on right there. And he's just going to be tight like that. Do you want to try that? So hold this guy by the neck. And then you remember that the big side goes on the top. And he hooks on with his feet. Great. Yeah, can you get him to hook on the other side too? Yep, slide him right on there. Yeah, try sliding him from, yep, perfect. Great job. All right, okay, so were you expecting it to be heavier or lighter? Did you think it was heavy?
I held a violin before.
Really? Where did you hold a violin before?
I was going to learn it by my grandma, but the violin I was going to use, the strings on the violin were all off.
Oh no. Does your grandma play the violin too?
I think she used to.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Okay, well, to start off, we're going to start by putting our violin on our shoulders. So I would like you to look over at Jaquel for just a second. Yep, good. So keep your body facing towards me like this, but just turn your head like this to look at her. Great. And keep your head over there, and I'm just going to set the violin on your shoulder. Great. Good. Now look up at the ceiling, and look over at that wall, and then just set your chin down right on the chin rest. Good job. Yeah. So every time we put our chin down on the violin, we want to picture an alligator just closing his mouth. Like that. Ready? So I'm going to take him down, shake out your shoulder. Okay. Look over at Jaquel. Great. Good. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Look up at the ceiling, over at the wall, and clamp down like an alligator. Good. So the tricky part is that you have to be strong enough with your chin and your shoulder to hold it without any hands. If I take my hand away, is it strong enough? Almost. Here, let me try repositioning him. Maybe that will help. Look over at Jaquel, up at the ceiling, over at the wall, and clamp down. Does that feel better? Okay. Whoa! Can you hold it for 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, great job. So, well, the reason why I had you do that is because when we're playing the violin, our other hand is going to be up like this, right? But if he's trying to hold the violin too, and we're trying to move our fingers, it makes it a little bit hard. So our neck and chin help us out so that our hand doesn't have to hold it, and we can just play our fingers without our hand having to work too hard. So you got to really work those neck muscles. Should we try it again? Okay, I'm going to do it with you this time too. Okay, look over at Jaquel, up at the ceiling, over at the wall, and down. Whoa, great. Awesome. Let's take a little stroll. Is he comfortable? If he's not comfortable, you can put him up a little bit higher. Good. Your chin should go right on this little thing. Yeah, they're right on the chin rest. Good. Can we walk? Can we walk? Good job. All right. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Great job. Okay. So, the reason why I had you do that is because now we're gonna focus a little bit on the bow. We'll see if we get to fingers today. We might not get to fingers, but I want to focus on the bow a little bit. So, to do a good bow hold, you can come and take a sit with me again. To do our bow hold, you're gonna make a bunny with your right hand. Good, with that hand. Yep, perfect. Good, it is a cute little bunny. Okay, so what we want our bunny to have, do you see how you have 2 creases in your fingers right there? Yep, perfect. We want this thumb to bend right into the crease right there. And these fingers are just gonna lay down over top of him. Perfect, great. And then these guys are gonna stand up super nice and tall. Awesome, that's our little bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Okay, so when we have, let's see, oh, I should have grabbed a pencil. Let me just grab up my pencil really quick. So we're gonna learn it on the pencils before we learn it on. Okay, sorry about that. You like pink? Okay, so what we're gonna do, our little bunny is gonna just nibble on the pencil like that. Good, where's his ears? His ears have to be super tall. Good, great job, perfect. And I love that you did that so naturally. Look how your thumb is, how he's a little bit bent. That's how he should be. And you just did that naturally. It's in your blood, girlfriend. Okay? So the reason why is because have you ever played on a teeter-totter before? You know those things that you get on each side of it and it rocks back and forth like that? So our bow is kind of like our teeter-totter. So if he's not bent, our bow can't move very good. It's a little bit harder for him to move. But if our thumb is bent, it's a little bit easier. Can I see your bunny again? Slide him right on there. Great. Oh, that looks perfect. So then, the next step to our perfect bow hold is having our pinky curved like a rainbow. So he's gonna curve like a rainbow, just like that. Can you set him down just like a curved rainbow? Great. Oh, wonderful. So we have bent thumb of our bunny hold, right? We have a curved pinky like a rainbow. And then first finger, his job is easy. He just gets to lay down on the bow like the bus driver. He's the bus driver of our bow hold. That is a perfect bow hold. Great. Can you shake him out and let's try him again? Shake out your hand. All right, ready? Get a bunny with our ears nice and tall. Good. There we go. And we have a bent thumb, right in the crease of our fingers right there. Perfect. And then we can slide him on. Great. And curve pinky like a rainbow. And then we put our first finger down. Great job, Megan. Awesome. Can you turn him this way? Really good. We're going to make him even more bent. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's put him on the real bow now. What do you think? Okay, so So when I put my bunny on my bow, I'm going to put him close to the frog. Remember how this is our frog? So we have a black thing right here. You can feel him. He's kind of grippy. He's kind of squishy a little bit. Yeah. So that's where our first finger is going to go. But we have this little place right here, right before our frog, where there's just the stick. And that's where our bunny's going to bite down. He's going to bite down like this, like that. And then instead of our thumb staying right there, our thumb is going to come down here, like that. So he's going to bite down like that, like our bunny. Raw, like that. Can I have you do that? So get your bunny ready. Good. Perfect. And we have a bent thumb. Good. And then, oh, you already know. Yes. Perfect. Oh, that looks great. Good. I'm going to let go. Can you keep in there? Great. Perfect. So, can we tilt them up this way? It's a lot of finger power. A lot of finger power. Good job. Wonderful. Great. Let's shake him out and try him again. Shake it out. Have you ever heard the song by Taylor Swift? Shake it off, shake it off, shake it out, the wiggles. Okay, show me your bunny. Great. Now you're gonna stick him right on the bow. Good. Curved pinky. Good. Remember, these guys are gonna lay down. They're lazy. Good. All right, let's put them up this way. I'm going to teach you a little song, and this song is going to help us have bow control. Bow control means that our bow isn't going to be going woo everywhere, okay? So first we're going to go up like a rocket, good, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train, great job, round and round like the great big sun, land on my head, curved pinky, bent thumb. Good job. Let's do it again. You're going to shake it out for a minute. Shake out your hand. All right. Get your bunny ready. Slide him on there. Good. Great job, Megan. Okay. Whoop. Now that pinky's a little slippery, huh? It's hard for him at first. Okay, ready? Up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train, round and round like the great big sun, land on my head, curved pinky, bent thumb. Great job. Okay, let's do it one more time, but this time I want you to focus and make sure that this tip of your bow isn't wobbling around while we do it. Can you do that for me? I'm going to do it too. Ready? Up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train. Good job. Round and round like the great big sun, land on my head, curved pinky, bent thumb. Great job. Wonderful job. You shake him out just for a second. How are we doing on time, Jaquel?
You're at 33 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking we can take a short break, and then we're gonna put some stuff together and do some legato and staccato bows. Sound good? Okay, I'm gonna stop it.